Hello, Mario! In this video, I'm going to take a look at some cross-sections and how to produce cross-sections from 12D for the subdivision design project. I'm just going to produce the cross-sections for Road 1 at this stage, and then in the second video perhaps show you how you can position those in AutoCAD, and then I will probably move on and look at earthworks and things, and then at some time I'll catch up all of the cross sections, long sections and what have you for the work done so far, so that then we can move ahead and look at doing the utilities. So let's get 12D up and running, and we'll maybe look at that in the full screen situation. So here we have the roading plan here, and the red, I've turned on the sections, and so what I've done here is just clicked on the profile here and clicked on it over here and accept. Okay, so that's the cross section there. That's the cross section at 20. So when we come through here, we can see that that's there like that. I'd actually like a bit more out the sides there, so I'm going to go to here and to settings and extend, and we'll just go out 5 meters each side. That should be enough. Okay, set, and yeah, I think that's enough for that, and we'll just then readjust this here and here, just to see what I've just got on the tin survey, which is the ground model. So the green is the is our existing ground from our model, and the red here is the design. I've got with 10 times here the exaggeration, 5 times I think just not quite enough. I think it just certainly 2 times definitely not enough, so I'm looking at 10 times. Makes it nice and easy to deal with, and what have you. So what I'm going to look at now is plotting the cross section. So we just click on here and go to Xplot, and now we've got to find a what we call a PPF file, and I've got one here that I have made available on the Moodle site. So let's just go into here and browse, and I'm going into my subdivision project here, into my thing, subdivision design, 12D plotting files, and I've got one here, maurieos cross section basic. Now it's very important when you take these plot files in, well, first of all you must read them, but then if you make any changes you must do a write. But what is very important is that you make sure that you maybe write them to a different file, because you write over the top of the file. So if, say for instance, you've got a good, a downloaded fresh set of 12D, and you take one of the plot files from there and then write to it, you will actually, it won't be the original file that you downloaded with the software. So very important that you give it a new name, and then I've done that already. I've called it maurieos cross section basic. So just to give it a new name, you just type the new name in there and then go write, and that'll write it. So just working with this, the view to load details from will be this view here, which looks like it's section 1, so we'll just go with that. Okay, everything all's there. The model cross section to plot, I think that's all been sorted. That seems to be going. Just make sure that you get down here with this always clean bizzo there, so that means that it cleans up the plots beforehand. I'm going with an A1 sheet size, and the other thing to be aware of here is the plot file stem. So we're plotting to a model, so this here is preview cross section, and so I'm just going to go plot here, and that everything goes. Now various error things can come up down here, and you may need to just expand things out and make sure that you've got the correct tin names and what have you down through here. And don't forget here there's this little function here which is really cool, which is called the find function. So if, say, any error comes up with regards to, say, filtering or title block, or you want to change the point labeling or something like that, you can just go there like that, and that takes you to the appropriate place in this menu here. So that's the main menu, there. What have you, but yeah, that seems to have gone back to what it was. Anyway, so let's just come over here and see what we've got. So it was preview cross section, so I'm just going to go down here, and a preview cross section 1 is there, and oh, I don't know it's coming to here. Well, that's not what we want to do. I'll just turn that off there. So what we want to do now is we want to, well, what I think I'll do is I'll just open up a new plan view. So that would be view new plan, and just put it in there. I'm just going to pop it in there like so, and I'm just going to turn on plus and go down to here to preview 1 cross section, and there you've got a sheet, a whole lot of cross sections. I'll just that's just using my thing there, so that's all going in here. So there's the datum, design height, natural surface. So that's pretty clear, pretty smooth, I reckon. Seems to be all working out. It's giving nice good heights on pretty much everything with the crossfalls. So that's a pretty clean, pretty clear sort of one. And then it's going through the chainages here, 0, 20, 40, 60. So all the usual drama there. Now minus here, if I turn that one off and turn that one on, that's preview cross section 2, and that'll give us a whole lot of more cross sections there. Now that I'm sort of pretty happy with that. I would be plotting that out to AutoCAD and arranging that in various styles and things like that. So yeah, I think that's pretty awesome. So I'm more than happy with that. So I'm going to close that down there and close that down there, boost that up there. Now one of the things I'm going to do is that these will be in separate models, so that's there. So what I'm going to do is just to export this to AutoCAD. I'm just going to turn that one on there, and you'll see that it'll come on top of the other one, but that won't matter so much because when we go into AutoCAD, they'll be in separate layers. So as you can see here, there'll be 2 layers. So that'll enable us to do the 2 sheets separately, well, quite easily in AutoCAD. So yeah, that's pretty much it. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to finish there. I'm going to just export that to AutoCAD, which just go to the file IO and just go data output and that into DWG, just this thing here, which is plan 2. So that'll be number 2, like so. Metric, obviously. Draw.dwg file name. I'm just going to call it road 1 or XS for cross sections, like so. Dimension, I'll probably just go with 2D. Make that 0, like so. Scale, I'm going to go with that. Symbol, colors, yeah, use blocks, colors by layer, line types by layer, features, don't know about that, create string supertext, go like that. That's all good. I'm just going to check my file name here. Well, not so much my file name, but check where I'm going to be putting it. It seems to be going into the correct file there with all my other information that I've sent out from AutoCAD, so pretty happy with that. And yeah, I'm just going to go right, and that will send that file through to AutoCAD. And once we're in AutoCAD, then we can start working with those section files and getting them on our sheets of paper that we have, and just checking out scales and things like that. To be honest, I haven't worried too much about what the scale is. We'll have to just have a check that out when we get into AutoCAD. Remembering that I do know that it's a 10. It's going to be a 10 times exaggeration. So yeah, we'll see how that. I might just do a little check here before we go back. So I'll just go back to the full screen here and just drop this down here. Oops, that went a bit too far. Just in here, oh yeah, horizontal scale of 250. So we've got a horizontal scale there of 250. It may be that that's perhaps a little bit too much, and we might have to make that 500, but we'll go. So the horizontal scale is 250. I'll just make a note of that, and the vertical exaggeration is 10 times, so that might be 1 to 25. So we'll see how these pan out, or we can change the scale in AutoCAD as well. In AutoCAD as well, but it may be that we need to come back and change it. So, yep. Let's just get out of here. Save. Just close this view. Yep. Okay, and I'll get rid of that. And I'll just leave it there for now, and yeah, I think that's pretty much covered that. Well, given a bit of a demo of that. Remember that there's 3 roads to do, so but they're all done pretty much the same. So let's leave it there. Cheers. See you.